So here's an update. This is the 2017 KTM 300xc. It's got 137 hours on it. And then it began making a loud noise from the cylinder. Anyhow, I took it all apart, and to my surprise, everything looked super clean and good within this engine. If you look at this piston, it barely looks used. It even has the machine mark still on it. The wrist pin has no lip or ledges in it. Feels totally smooth. And it was rattling really loudly and really bad. I didn't even want to ride it anymore. And then I went on to do a compression check on it, and it came out at 40 psi, and it should run around 160 to 200 psi. So it was definitely low on compression. And then when we look at the rings, if you look, I don't know if the camera will show it, probably won't, but there are flat spots on the rings. That one, here's the bad one. Also, you can see how worn thin it is near the ends of it. And if you look really closely, very hard to see, but there are flat spots on these rings. So, and when you look at the piston, you see a tiny bit of blow by here. So I think that's where all the compression was going. I tore it apart. I put a complete new top end in, including the wrist pin and the top bearing. And the rattle is gone. So I'm totally stoked. And it's full power now, and it's restored back to the original day that I took it out from the shop. And it's just awesome. So I'm very happy. It was a $285-ish to complete the job. And now the bike's totally ready to rip, and it's just awesome. I think what happened was I had a really long cross-country race. It took me 5 hours to complete. The conditions were completely waterlogged, mud bogs, logs underwater. Horrible race where the rads were completely caked with mud, and the bike overheated extremely bad. I'll throw a little clip in there so you can see what I'm talking about. And I came back from the race with no coolant in the radiators. I possibly rode like that for over an hour. So I'm glad that the piston rings took the toll, basically, and did their job, because they're the most inexpensive component, really, between that and maybe the wrist pin bearing, which I do think wore out too. I think that the heat caused this to get a little bit of slop in it, as well as squared off all these rings. Probably as the air passing by the extremely hot exhaust port, squared off the rings, caused major compression loss. But we're all fully restored. 2-stroke, easy to fix, did it all in a day. And I'll just fire it up so you can see how it sounds now. I'll try and prop this camera up here. And the bike, luckily it's a KTM. I'm just wearing basic shoes. Got 6 hours on a brand new top end. It's running awesome. So thanks guys, and I'll keep you updated.